Christian has a question really quick. What can you guys review? What's on your top 10 board for best all-time bourbon / whiskeys that you've tasted?
I mean, my top 10. So
Stag's in
that
there.
rare character would be there. George T. Stagg's there. William LaRue Weller is there probably most of the time, although sometimes it's a little hot. Like you have to take real care with a weeded bourbon, not for it to be proofy. And the WOW is always in like the 120s or low 130s. So sometimes it's proofy, but when it's not, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Happy 15 is there.
Penelope Rio.
Where's Junior sitting?
You knock it off. Shut the hell up.
Penelope Rio.
All wrong.
That's for you. Where's Stag Junior sit for you? Is it because you said George T. Stag's right around the top?
I don't know that I've ever had a Stag Junior that was in my top 10 ever. Stag Junior is like, how can I put this? It's because it's not it's a pseudo limited release. Like I will always have a bottle of Stag Junior open.
Yes.
Always.
So that's a go-to for you, though.
Yes.
It would it be in your top 10 now?
It's probably in my top 20. I don't know if it's
Okay.
in my top 10. The Russell's 13 that I had is in the top 10. I haven't had any of the really good Michters. Like for Rise, that Blender Select would be my top 10 for Rise. The Sagamore 8/9 years probably in there for Rye. Oh, geez. I don't know. Like, I'd have to think about it.
See, from what I've had, I Junior's up there for me. So is the George T. I also like the Infinite. So.
It might crest the top 10.
Just-
I think it would be. I think comfortably. I think it would make top 15. I don't know that it would make top 10.
Got it. But I've tried less things than you. You have a warehouse
What about
in your
that
place.
Death and Taxes Jack Daniels?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's one of the best Ryes I've ever had.
Yeah.
But the problem is you're never going to get it again. Like that's a single barrel that they found. Like I have a hard time putting single barrels in my top 10. You're never going to see them again.
But you're pretty good on liking the Jack Rise.
The Jack Daniel's single barrel proof rye would be in my top 10 for Rise.
Yeah.
I don't think I really like the Jack 12, but I think it's probably top 20. I don't think it's top 10.
See, and I like those rare characters. That bottle that I got from you. I
Yeah.
got 2 bottles from you: a red cap and that cream cap.
Yeah.
Both were really good, and I like rare character. It's probably in my top 10.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'd have to go through what I've had.
You've had a lot.
Yeah. For lower proof, like the Rock Hill Farms might be in my top 10.
Okay. What about the 1924?
I don't think 1924 is top 10. I think it's top 20.
Top 20.
Yeah.
Okay.
That Pinkies. There's
Pinkies.
But again, single barrel picks. But like that Pinkies Old Forester single barrel, the full proof single barrel pick was one of the best whiskeys I've ever
He
had.
said, I was more wondering if you had a top 10 channel tasting like you do cigars.
We do not. That whiskey video that we never found. Whiskey's falling flat just generally. Like I want to include it on the live podcast, but I don't think at this point it deserves its own channel.
Yeah, it lost
It's
a
just-
lot of momentum.
It's dying. I mean, even the people that have 200,000 subscribers have seen, like a 60% decrease in their views. No one has the money to spend on it right now. I don't think it's falling flat because it's bad. I think people just are tired. I mean, the prices have all skyrocketed, and no one wants to pay them. No one wants to pick up the next $250 LE.
Yeah.
It's just,
Wasteful.
yeah. What's that?
Happy?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think that's worth the money. It's not worth the money for me. Like $500 for an old rip, there's still plenty of people that'll pay that. I'm just not one of them.
He thought you had Blanton's Gold in there for lower proof.
No, I like the Blanton's Gold a lot, but I think the Rock Hill Farms is better. So, I mean, it's the same mash bill. They're both mash bill too. They're both Buffalo Trace. What else have I had that's just phenomenal? I've never had any of the really special Eagle Rares. I've never had any of the $6,000 releases from Buffalo Trace, like the Weller Millennium.
No, we don't got the money for that.
Or
Yeah.
like the Michter's celebration, or
Hey.
like the Michter's 50 year.
There was that.
25
What
year.
about that birthday cake? Didn't you have that
Old
one?
Forester birthday bourbon
Yeah.
is top 10.
Yeah.
It's low proof. There's some people are like, it smells better than it tastes. It was phenomenal. It was, for its proof, it was complex, easy to drink. I mean, there was a ton of flavor in it.
And you had some glass in it.
It stood up to cigars. They broke it after I had mine.
Okay.
What about the Boo Rye?
Oh, that Boo Rye's good.
The Boo Rye's good, but I don't even think it's top 20.
Fair.
Probably top 50.
Probably top 50.
It was pretty good though.
It was.
Yeah.
I'd like another bottle. At some
But
point.
that particular year of the Boo Rye also had all the way up to like 18-year-old whiskey in it. And the year after that was proofy and young, and people didn't like it
So
very
it
much.
tanked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they raised the price to like $150 a bottle or something, and it's not worth $150 a bottle. It's just not.
Fair.
It's worth $100.
What do
And maybe the bad year wasn't even worth
what
that.
do we pay? 125.
$125 for that
Yeah.
super old one. I think that year was worth $125.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was really good.
Yeah. But this is what's I mean, the bourbon world is just
Tanking and falling off
yeah.
just because pricing. I found a Blanton's Green label online for 140.
That's a good price.
That's not
It is.
terrible for green.
Yeah.
I don't think I've had green yet.
I haven't, but Blanton's will demand more than its SRP for longer
Years.
than every whiskey that doesn't say Pappy on it.
As long as people are collecting those pony tops.
Yeah.
There's something about that bottle. Like, people are enamored with that bottle.
No.
I blame Justified.
Facts.
Yeah.
Oh,
Facts.
we could have tagged one of that show, huh?
I'll throw it on there.
We have a Blanton's episode, don't we?
Yeah. We have a couple.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, go back, tag that back in there. see
We
if
have that
get
Mash Bill
anything.
2 whiskey game we did. Blanton's was
yeah.
in there, and Blanton's Gold was in there.
And that scored high
Blanton's.
for us.
Yeah.
Because it was easy to drink.
Yeah, the other
Good
that
flavor.
There was one that was just awful. God fucking awful. Oh my god.
Man.
That was early times, I think.
Yeah,
Ugh.
that was rough times right
Which-
there.
Perfectly good whiskey.
No,
but
no.
not
the
in that blind.
Early Times was good.
What was
Because
the one that
we had a
wasn't good?
bottle of Early Times, and it was fantastic.
I thought it was a different bottle of early times.
Maybe it was a different blend.
Yeah.
Because I remember the Early Times you brought in, the single bottle we
The
had
blue bottle.
was fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know that it stands up in that blind. Because there's so many, it's so, like the Mash Bill 2 has got so many fruit notes and it's sweeter that early times would just come across as really harsh.
That's fair.
What's your favorite Amburana, Lane?
Penelope Rio.
It's either that
That's
or
okay. If I
Barrel.
had to drink Ambrana whiskey, it would be the Rio.
The Rio
The
was
Rio.
the Rio
Yeah.
is hands down the best. I like the barrel. Don't get me wrong, but the Penelope Rio
yeah,
is
you like that round one.
fantastic.
It's called round one. What's it called? Round
the
RD1.
RD1.
I like RD1 because it's the only one that's easy to get.
Yeah.
Nah. Fair.
But the Doc Swinson,
Oh, that wasn't good.
that one was good.
I don't think I
The
tried
Doc
that one.
Swinson,
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
No?
I liked it less than I dislike all the rest of the Ambranas.
Well, that says something.
The only Ambrana I've liked less than that was Kevin's Rye Ambrana.
That's not,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
not Amberona. That-
You got to remember, Kevin
That-
doesn't like
that
Amburana
was-
either,
that
and he
was
chose to try and make
blasphemy.
it the worst one.
That
Yeah.
bottle was terrible.
that was terrible.
And somehow he sold quite a few of them already.
And that
It's because he has a following of people that just buy whatever he picks.
and then
Rare.
that rare character that James cooked in Arizona in the back of his car wasn't good either.
It's because he cooked it.
Yeah, it turns out when you heat it up to about 120 degrees, it's not so good.
Was it in the direct sunlight?
It was hot enough in the back of the car that it melted the wax off
Oh, nice.
onto the car floor seat for his rental. So,
Oh, Jesus. I didn't know that.
yeah,
When's he coming back?
soon probably.
After he didn't tell me he was here yesterday.
Right.
Well, it's April now, so he's about to take off for 3 weeks to go to Texas.
Okay.
So
See you, Mom.
yeah, so we'll probably see him in May, if not.
2 is
before.
definitely the loser in this blind.
Yeah.
2 is hot garbage.
It is with
See.
cigars.
Yeah.
Let's see what it is.
Yeah. What is?
Might as well while we're
What?
here
What is it?
talking
I mean, my
about it.
favorite is, I like that Four Roses pick, but that Blender Select Rye is still.
Yeah, I like the
it's,
rye.
It's head and shoulders above the other two.
Smoke wagon's where it's at.
All right. So what did you think it was?
It's Young or it's Jim Beam. This is my
Casey.
Uh,
I think it's over 100 proof. I think it's at least 110.
I have no guess.
So I don't know.
yeah, I'd say 110.
You
It
think
could
so?
be Young Craft. It could be Young anything.
All right, let's see. EGBP 524 130.6.
Elijah Craig barrel proof.
Yeah.
It's Elijah Craig.
Hmm.
524 wasn't great.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can taste that.
The only one that was decent of the Elijah Craig barrel proofs in 24 was the 924.
I will say that it did taste better after I drank the rye.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was more palatable.
I just want to drink the rye.
Right?
Like it's just the best of the three.
I'm just trying to finish off number 1, and then I'll go to that one.
I think I'm just going to leave number 1 and 2 where they are.
I'm probably not going to finish 2 for sure.
There you go.
But hey,
I did like C923 and C924 were both very good. In fact, the C series C922 was also very good.
oh yeah. I think we
923 was impossible to get because it was like 13 years and change, and it's the oldest one they've done in a long time because they downed their ages.
okay.
Like it used to be 12 years was kind of the standard for Elijah Craig barrel proof, and now it's like 10, sometimes 11, and C923 was 13 years, 8 months or something.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah, and you could tell the difference. Some whiskeys, a lot of the mash bills and the yeast profiles they have just need more age than others. I think this is where Buffalo Trace and Jack Daniels excel because their whiskeys come across very good young. Like, and not super young, but like 7 years, 8 years, they're very good. 9 years.
Yeah, they're
You don't need
whatever
to get to
they
the
did.
10, 12-year mark for them to be exceptional.
Yeah, whatever they did with their mash bill just worked out.
Yeah, and then when they do, like the George T. Stagg, when it's 15 years and 132 proof,
Oh,
is
yeah.
just mind-blowing.
Yeah.
What